Well, they have chatted, but not today, really.
Just like, there's no way you would believe any kind of proposal deal that they
No,
suggest.
we've sat down and talked about all this stuff already.
I know.
And more so because I want to be loyal to Paris and Will. They shat on Paris and Will a whole lot more than they did me.
Yeah.
And it's 3 people. And they see 3 people going in. It doesn't make sense to keep 3 people at all. Like,
I just like, it's like anytime Derek and Kayla's backs are up against the wall, they just like promise the world deals.
No.
Just, it's like we're entering the final 5 potentially. You think like a deal's gonna hold up?
It's not even really deals. Like when Kayla spoke to me, it wasn't necessarily even about everyone. It was about me. And I was like, okay, yes, I know. But then if I'm going to consider...
I'm telling you that she's always like had your back and like bullshit.
Like, but that is like the typical like spiel from her, so it's almost like not even part of it. The part of it that I especially don't believe is that she considers like keeping Will and Paris safe too. You know what I mean? I'm like, you can't pick everybody. Like, I know that you can't. And there are a couple times that in this game she has tried to pick everybody.
Yeah.
So I do see it from that angle. That she's...
But it doesn't even make sense for them to like get rid of Liv and Johnny. Like those 2 are working together. All that shit's like.
If you're worried that they haven't talked to us and that it implies, that's kind of more down to us than it is anything else. It's just the way I see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense, but they haven't, so I don't know what to say about like that specifically.
But like they're talking with Paris right now.
But are they talking socially with Paris, or are they talking?
They pulled her into the catacombs, so.
Oh, okay.
And I walked in on her in the catacombs earlier as well. So.
I mean, like I said this morning, I was like, yeah, we had a talk yesterday, and I'm like still processing what you're saying, and like, thank you for approaching me to talk is basically what it was.
Yeah.
But besides that, it has been social game all day today.
Yeah.
Well, but maybe that was their just plan, to do it in the evening and be social throughout the day. Like, there's still a good chunk of the day left.
Yeah. Truth.
But I can let you know what they think.
I just like, it's crazy to me if you keep painting it as me, like, I don't trust you guys. But it's
I'm
like,
not necessarily painting.
Like, we're all individual players, and we're like, we want to think about this game through and through, right? So if they're coming to you and saying like this, you guys would be like, is that actually the case? Should we do? You know what I mean? Like, that would make sense to me.
But it is fair for us to consider that you could be hearing things from them or from Ellie and Liv, or from any angle too. Like, what you're doing isn't wrong, and I'm not like, I don't mean to be accusatory in that way. I'm just saying that especially because I feel like I don't know if they've been straightforward, because I'm not there when you and Will and Paris talk, but I would assume it would be straightforward. I feel like we've had the conversation kind of already, but if you need it to be reaffirmed, that's not something that I would hold against you. I'm just letting you know. You didn't put us up as a replacement nominee.
I know. I just like...
Allie did come and give her word that she told you that she gave her word that she wouldn't vote me out, which you didn't. Like, that is what happened, right? She was like, I swear I wouldn't vote her out.
Yeah, and Liv did too.
Yeah. I don't believe them.
I just didn't believe it. I know.
But that is... Like, Allie did say that she did do that. You know what I mean? But that's basically it. I'm just
like, I feel like if it's this landscape now of like... It seems like Allie and Liv couldn't possibly be working with Derek and Kayla because they're campaigning against each other right now. So then it seems as if
they almost like didn't, though.
Yeah.
At least to me.
But just as like time goes on, that like becomes more apparent. Then it's like, oh well, maybe we could work with them to get rid of. I don't know. I'm trying to get in their minds. I'm trying to get in their minds.
Absolutely not. But I don't.
But what are they like going to pitch? Is what I'm curious.
But like, it's not even up to what they pitch. It's about what we do.
Yeah.
And we've already done keeping you. You've already done keeping us. To me, everything else is like residual shit that has to happen during a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, Kayla hustles, you know.
She does hustle.
And I know you had some relationship with her at some point too, so it's like...
Sort of. But
you
it's
also
not
wanted
the same.
them both out this week, and that's why you got me to take a shot at them, so why would it make
not
sense?
Not to take a shot at them, so everyone could take a shot at them. And we could have the most amount of support to do that.
Exactly.
It's not about, Johnny will do it for me. It's we want to, so let's keep everyone.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
So, and from my perspective, that's what and that's all it has been. Like, literally, if we thought all these things, like, oh, let's corner Johnny in the triple and get him out because he's a threat. If that was all things that we thought, it would have happened last week. And we could have kept Ryan, who would have fallen first instead of me in that competition, and evicted him now if we were suspicious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that, and it's totally understandable. made the steps in order to keep him. You were sleeping in the room with me and Will, and I was like, okay, here's the plan for tomorrow so we can make sure that Johnny's safe, you know? So, and if there was doubt earlier in the week, which there was, it was a decision based on, yeah, he's threatening, but if he's with us, then no, he isn't.
Yeah.
And that's what it's for. We're talking longevity. So every decision that I make is for longevity, honestly. And that's what it is. I know that you want to decide those things too. And you've picked us to be the longevity for you. So now you kind of have to trust us. You've done your job as HOH.
It's true.
Yeah. You've done your job in reaffirming with us that you're not going against us, that you're not going to gamble with us, that you'd rather gamble with them. And now you just have to trust us.
Yeah.
I know it's shitty to hear that, but...
No.
Does anything I say there seem sketchy to you?
None of what you say seems sketchy. I just, it's not even like you guys, it's just like awareness of the Big Brother game, you know, that like changes and stuff. And like that's what I'm like, ugh, there's always that percentage of like potential. And I get that Allie going isn't the worst thing, but leaving Derek and Kayla in this game
is the worst thing.
I know.
No, I see it.
I hope they both see it too.
Nothing I can really do. All I can do is continue to say the same things that I said to you to them. But we don't like, it's not like there's a leader. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if there was a leader, I don't know if they'd pick me.
Yeah.
The person that has been a target for the whole entire game. But they both have to vouch for at some points. Other times stronger than others, for sure. So, I do know that it's an interesting, like, switch kind of now, because for the first time ever I don't feel like they feel that they need to drag me along, which is what it was, I'm sure, what it felt like, which made total sense, because that is what it is. Whatever random face I made on the wrong day had made it into that. But now all of a sudden the heat is completely off me for the first time.
They're bothered.
Well, I think that they may just wonder why that is, but because of Allie and Liv's very directness to try to get me out from the get-go, and because, you know, that's the same thing that happened to Ryan. As soon as you're a liar, you're a fucking liar forever.
Yeah.
So I have had no choice but to play this game of patience and mystery, but not to certain people. So now that's actually what's benefiting me, because there is no ammunition, there is no background things. I considered other things, and you were a big part of that whole time in my game, which you know exactly what happened, basically, and why it did. And you've seen firsthand a few of the things that made me kind of consider it. So, like, it's as transparent as it can be here, but it's not like I can lead them now that the heat's off me by any means.
Yeah.
Trust us.
I do.
Good.
I just...
What's this one? We need some...
It's not like I'm trusting you to keep me right now. It's like I'm trusting you guys to do what I think is best for your game. But if you all of a sudden think something else is best for your game, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand that that's your concern.
Yeah.
But you must trust John Mulder. You're like...
I will. It's just like I can just picture if Kayla stays, like the laugh, like we got them, kind of thing, and then like putting me and you guys up anyways in the triple, and then they dominate the game anyways. I hate that thought.
It's an annoying game.
Okay, I do the oven. That shit's probably burning right now.
Did you just keep it coming up here in the midst of cooking your fries? Johnny.